So here you are without an idea for what to do with your Valentine's Day makeup. I'm here to solve your problems. Let's get started. Totally wasn't planning on doing a Valentine's Day makeup look this year. This is Marc Jacobs Undercover Blurring Coconut Face Primer. I just really felt like filming today, and I do know that a couple of you guys have asked if I would be doing a Valentine's Day look, so here you go. I feel like a lot of my content lately has been very drugstore, so I'm going to feature a couple of products as well that are well loved and maybe a little bit more higher end. This is Bobbi Brown Instant Full Cover Concealer. This one is pretty much spot on my skin tone, but a little bit peachier, so I just use that to conceal any darkness. I mean, I probably still will use some of my drugstore products anyway, but for foundation, I'm going to be using, this is a little sample of Dior Backstage. I have gotten quite tanned. I got matched at a counter. I don't know if this is a little too dark, we'll see. And I'm actually gonna buff that straight on top of my concealer. This is really dark. Let's just go with it. It'll probably match my body a little bit better anyways. I think that's a good match with my body. I quite like how seamless I look now. Definitely was a little bit dark for my face and my neck, so I brought it all the way down. I love the finish of Dior. If you guys haven't tried it, you can still see your skin underneath. You can see all my sunspots and all my like beauty spots and freckles and things. And I absolutely love that look, especially for something like a date. So I'm gonna brighten up the center of the face now. I'm going in with my Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer. Just gonna dot that kind of where I have a little bit of darkness. And then I think I'm gonna do the chin as well. Maybe the center of the forehead, just to get some dimension back in the face. Then we are gonna borrow a technique from Hindash. If you haven't seen that video, I followed along one of his tutorials, and he used a dark concealer to contour the face. When it comes to the cheekbones, I'm gonna go literally on top of the cheekbone, because when you blend it out, it will tend to spread a little bit, and I don't want it to go kind of below my cheekbone line. And then I'm using my same foundation brush. I'm just gonna tap that in first. And then just give it a little buff. Just to lay down a little bit of the contoured look, I will go over with a powder as well. And then let's powder. I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder and a small little setting brush. I think I'm really gonna go for quite a like perfected look. If you wanna see something that's a little bit more natural, my Valentine's Day tutorial from last year, I still really love. It's a really kind of natural, I woke up like this style look. I will leave a link up there. Once I've powdered all the little fiddly bits that need extra attention, I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush, and I'm just pressing that powder into the skin first. And then I'll lightly buff it in so that we're not really moving any of that base around too much. Going in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Deep, just gonna go over all those areas that we contoured with the cream concealer. Then with a small fluffy brush, and I really want to give some structure to kind of the eyes and nose and the whole face really. So what I'm gonna do is go from under the brow and really shade in this little triangle here. And then continuing all the way down the nose bridge. And then shading this whole underside of the tip, including the little nostrils from one side to the other. and just really create a lifted ball tip. Then with a little bit of my Mercier translucent powder, just tapping over the top just to get rid of a little bit of that like stark contrast. Back into my bronzer, I'm going to start sculpting the shape of the eye. So from under that brow bone there, all the way to kind of under the tail, I guess. Just really going back and forth and sculpting out that socket. And then I'm just gonna connect it in here to create a bit of a wing shape. Okay, now we've got a nice shape going on. Let's go in with some eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my Just Peachy Mattes palette. This is still one of my most used palettes. Going to go into this shade Peach Tart, which is just a deeper warm brown. I'm just placing it gently just in this little outer V area. And following the socket shape that we laid down, I'm gonna drag it all the way in. I'm getting excited because I can kind of see it all coming together in my head now. I think it's gonna be really, really sultry and kind of sexy, kind of a sexy glam without being too over the top. Hopefully. I'm gonna cut the crease so that we get a really like soft glam style look. I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible concealer. I'm not gonna waste my Giorgio Armani one on this because this actually has better coverage on the lids. You know the dealio by now. I'm using a flat shader brush with a rounded edge. And creating a little bit of extra lid space, so I'm placing that concealer above my natural crease. I'm choosing not to do a like pink look because I think that's super cliche. I do want to finish it with like a really bold lip because I think that's very like date vibes, but I wanted to do something that you could wear any time of the year and really feel comfortable and sexy. So I love a neutral eye. I think it's really, really pretty and you can wear it all year round no matter what the occasion. Okay, wow, I've come a long way. I'm not naked, by the way. I've got a top on. I've come a long way. I remember not even knowing how to do a cut crease before, so quite proud. Let's doing a mix of these two kind of creamy peachy tones. Then back in with Peach Tart and blending that edge. In with the shade Peach Tea, and I'm gonna run that along the lower lash line. I have an eyeliner on. I've got an eyeliner on. I don't want to talk about it. Basically, I ruined half my makeup trying to take it off because I put it on and I thought it didn't look good and I took it off and that ruined my makeup and I put it back on. So here we are, you're all caught up. Let's put some mascara on. This is Lash Paradise Extatic. I keep calling it Lash Paradise. And I'm just gonna coat my lashes really quickly because I am going to do false lashes. As you guys know, I'm not really a big like false lash girl. I just don't really think it's necessary all the time, but I do want to add just a little bit of flare to the outer edge just to accentuate that cat eye shape using the Ardell individual lashes. This is the medium black lash. And I'm just going to concentrate those on this outer wing. So just added that little flare to the outer eye, and then I've added my mascara into my lower lash line. I'm gonna pop it through my brows as well. Oh, I did my brows off camera because that's what all beauty gurus do, and I always do the same thing on camera. But this time I used my e.l.f. brow pencil, and this is in just the black shade. Same Paradise Extatic mascara. Going into my brows. Of course, if you don't like a super hairy brow look, do use just clear brow gel. Let's do some blush. I want to do blush. I feel naked without my blush. I'm going to use the e.l.f. blush palette. Haven't used this baby in a while. And I like kind of this peachy shade. I think that'll go nice with the bronze look. Then for highlight, I'm using Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Rose Gold. And I think I'm not gonna do the cheekbones. I kind of liking this matte face. I'm just gonna do the nose. So across the tip there, and just here, where the nose dips. Let's give the face a quick spray and then choose a lippy. This is Urban Decay in Chill. Finally, lippy time. This has felt like a really long video. This is the MAC Lippy in Rooby-Roo. I'm gonna go with a bold signature red lip, but I'm gonna do like a 90s twist. So I'm gonna start with Rooby-Roo. And then I'm taking the MAC lip liner in the shade Burgundy. Just lining the outer lip line. I'm just gonna overline this lower lip a little bit. Just under here. I wanna do one more thing and just go over my nose beauty spot. I usually use an eyeliner pencil, but the pencil I use is kind of blunt. I'm just gonna use a liquid eyeliner, which is probably a really bad idea. And then I might go over, which side? I've got one there and there. Maybe this one, because it's opposite side of the nose. Right, the sun is setting. We've run away from the sun a little bit more, but I want to add, see this guy? Whenever I wear a lipstick, it always just looks like an awkward lump, so I'm gonna go over him as well. Oh, but then he looks lonely. I need to know when to stop, but I just don't. All right, stepping away from the liquid eyeliner, I am calling it. This is the final makeup look. Hope you guys really like this kind of Valentine's Day glam, or any day of the week, really. Any date night you could wear this makeup, any special occasion. I really like how this turned out. I think it's really sultry and soft at the same time. Let me know what you guys think, and if you celebrate Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day to ya. And if you don't, which I don't either, happy what? Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day of the week it is for you. I love you all so much. If you want to hang out on my Instagram, I will leave it here. I post it every single day. And if not, I will see you on my next video. Mwah.